Hi guys, welcome to Rajshri Food. This is the Bombay chef Varun Inamdar, and today I'm going to make one of those simple chaat recipes that I've actually picked up from one of the street chaat makers in New Delhi. Yes, I'm making aloo chaat. First things first, I'm going to heat some oil on moderate flame because I need to fry the potatoes. So let's take some potatoes now. I've peeled potatoes. I'm going to cut these in dices. If it's a medium-sized potato like the one that I have here, you just cut them into 8 pieces, like so. Similarly, let me start cutting the rest of the potatoes. Let's transfer these potatoes in a larger bowl. With a kitchen tissue, I'm just going to dab these potatoes and make sure all the water is absorbed in this. Make sure this is nice and dry before this goes in oil. Once the potatoes are dried and ready, I'll be adding in some corn flour. Not too much corn flour because you do not want it to have excess flour. You just have to dust a little bit of corn flour so it gets nice and crisp while it's getting fried. While the oil is heated up, let me drop in the potatoes in hot oil. Just make sure you do this carefully and do not splash hot oil. If you have a smaller frying pan, make sure you fry this in 2 to 3 batches. The oil should not be overcrowded because then the potatoes tend to be a little soggy. We'll fry this on moderate flame and make sure it becomes nice and crisp on the outside and gets cooked through and through. The potatoes are fried and ready and they are cooked through and through. I'm going to strain this off the oil and transfer this in a bowl which is lined with a kitchen tissue. Just make sure all the oil is absorbed on the tissue paper before you start using this. The next thing is to pan fry the seeds of coriander. For this, I'm just going to make sure I keep tossing the coriander seeds very lightly. While the coriander is getting toasted, let's cut some onions and chillies very finely. I'm chopping some green chilies very finely. Well, alternately, if you wish to remove these while eating, you can also slice these so that it becomes easier to identify. But however, I love making this chaat with the chopped chilies. The coriander seeds are toasted and ready. Off goes the flame, and these need to cool down in the same pan. It's been 5 minutes and the toasted coriander seeds have cooled down. Let's crush these into a coarse powder. This is done and ready. Let's begin with tossing the chaat. First thing, I've discarded the tissue paper. Second thing, let's start tossing some spices in. First thing that goes in is the green chili. The next is the chopped onion, along with juliennes of ginger. With this, some chaat masala, some salt as required, very little of chilli powder to just spike it up a little, seeds of fresh pomegranate, and finally, juice of some lime. Let's give this a toss very lightly so that you do not break the potatoes. And here you have this beautiful chaat which is done and ready. Once this is ready, I'm going to sprinkle the crushed and toasted coriander seeds. With this, some more pomegranate seeds, a wedge of lime, and finally, a few sprigs of coriander. Do try this simple street-style aloo chaat at home and wait for what next the Bombay chef gets into your kitchen.